All right, you are welcome back to my show. Tonight we are talking about how to make a woman happy. All right, so yeah, it looks simple, like I've said, but somehow it sometimes it could be a bit complicated. All right, a writer said, I'm going to read this. A writer said, and I quote: "Women are like puzzles. They cry when they are happy. They go silent when they are mad at you, and say things are okay when they are clearly not. It is a waste of time for men to try to figure them out. But then again, few things are more pleasant than having an unhappy woman on your end." All right? So it's a common saying. I mean, how many times have you asked your wife or your babe, like, are you okay? And she said yes. Most time people say when you ask a woman if she's okay and she's saying yes, please ask again. Ask over and over again. Actually, that's what she wants you to do, to ask again. So when you say, are you okay? She say, yes, I'm fine. That I'm fine is saying 1001 things. And most of the time, men are feeling like, these people, why is it so difficult to understand them? What do you want? I've given you the old word. What are you looking for? Why are you still unhappy? All right. So tonight I'm going to be telling you, even though you have been, struggling with it, you have been feeling like, it's so difficult to please these people. Follow Dr. Tolu tonight. Let the fixer fix this for you. All right. Okay. Actually, women are very simple, but at the same time, very complex. Most time, men worry their head about, how do I make her happy? What does she want? What do I do? You know, especially when you care about the woman, especially when you are in love with someone, you want to make sure the person is happy. So it becomes a headache if you're in love with someone and you are doing everything possible to make the person happy and the person doesn't seem to be happy. So a lot of men are in that situation. I don't know what she wants. I've tried my best. How do I make her happy? All right. Now, have you ever noticed that, why sometimes a woman may, she may have the old word, and everything might be, you might look at her and feel like, oh, big car, lovely building, rich babe, wearing designers and everything, but she seems so unhappy. Have you ever noticed that? I mean, you see a woman that you look at and you feel like, in fact, you see the husband, you feel like, oh, cool guy, handsome guy. And then you look at the kids, you feel like, oh, lovely kids. And then you look at her, she's unhappy. And then you are wondering, why is she unhappy? I mean, she has a seemingly beautiful life that, I mean, people, any woman would give anything to have that kind of life, but she's still not happy. So you are wondering, why is she not happy? All right. You begin to wonder what she's looking for. Why is she not happy? That's why you get to see some men. I've given her everything. She's this, she's that, she has this, but she's still not happy. Why? Now, I mean, it's a common saying that women are moved by what they hear, right? We say that a lot of time, and men are moved by what they say. So maybe you should consider that as your first step to understanding what women want, what make a woman happy. What are you telling her? All right. Now, this is it. Funny enough, in fact, I said this severally on this show. Your marriage is your life, not just your marriage, your relationship. So it determines whether your life is going to be beautiful or whether it's going to be bad or ugly, whether your life is going to be happy or sad, whether your life is going to be. In fact, I said it before that your relationship is going to determine whether you're going to make heaven or not. If, as in, it's such a serious thing that you don't want to take lightly. Your relationship is your life. That's just the conclusion. So the way it's not something. So when Dr. Tolu comes to this show and I want to talk about these things, I just want you to understand that it's deep. Replace, I said something on this show, I was talking to a pastor friend, and then when we were having a discussion, she was telling me, do you know that, that the word of God says something that, there's four things, I can't remember, four things that you can't understand, right? Four things, maybe the path of a snake on the rock, the path of a bird in the sky, something. And the fourth one is the place of a man and a woman. It's common, it's so deep. It's deep. And because of how important this is, Your life is attached. Your destiny is attached to the kind of man or woman you are seeing or you are living with. It could make or mar you. It could change your life completely. I don't know how to explain this. So it's so important. That is why if you have a sad woman, the possibility that your life is going to be sad is very high. Because funny, it's just logical. Happy wife, happy marriage. Happy marriage, happy life. Okay? So if everything is going on, every other aspect of your life, your work, everything is doing well, if you have a sad woman in your end, it might be terrible for you. It might be very bad for you. All right? So because you want to have a happy life, even if you don't love her. Now, two ways. If you love a woman, you want to make her happy. You want to do everything to make sure you are seeing smile on her face. But even if you don't love her, you find yourself with her. The fact that you are stuck together means that for you to have a happy life, this woman needs to be happy. All right? So I'm going to be telling you the things you could do to stop worrying your head about how to make a woman happy. All right? Let me tell you a funny story I remember. Okay? About a faithful man of God, not a man of God, but a servant of God, somebody who has been serving God wholeheartedly, very dedicated, very loyal to God. And but the only area of his life, everything was working out well for him, but the only area of his life where he was having problem is with his marriage, with his wife, with his woman. And he tried, like, I want to make, he's doing everything, but it's not just working. What does this woman want? What do I do for this woman? So like, I don't know what to do. I think I need to talk to God about this. I think God is going to help me out because I'm tired. And you were like, this thing is so difficult for me. Will God be able to do this? Anyway, I don't think there's anything that is difficult for God. Let me just ask God something very, very, very difficult. When I ask God something very difficult, and I will now understand if God can do that for me. If God can do that very difficult, then I know that this little one, I will just ask. So he figured it out, and he said that it might be too easy for God to answer this question. So he decided to ask what he thinks is very hard for God to do before asking his main question, which he think would just be a non-issue, right? So he asked God. He said, God, I've been very faithful to you. And I've been a very good child. I've been very obedient and dedicated. So if I ask you something that seems to be very difficult on earth, will you do it for me? And God said, yes, my son, you've been very faithful. Then he said, God, I want to build my house in the sky for the whole world to be able to see. I want to come down to earth whenever I feel like without having to climb any ladder. And I don't even want to fly. I just want to come down, find myself on earth when I feel like, and go back to my house in the sky. I want to be able to control the moon and the sun so they don't disturb me. I want them to come out when I want them to. And he said, God, do you think that is too much? And God said, you've been so loyal. Is that all you want? Granted, my darling. And God said, it's granted. And you were like, wow. God said, because you have been very faithful, your request is granted. And he said to himself, wow, if God can do this so terrible, God can grant me this terrible request, that means this one is going to be very simple. And I said, okay, God, do you know that? I have just one more very simple, just nothing that I want to ask you, just very simple request. And he said, I just want to know how to understand a woman. And God said to him, God said, my dear son, even I that created these beings, I'm still learning how to understand them. God is almighty. It's just a joke anyway. But the truth of the matter is, if God, Eve, remember the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden? Eve made Adam. I don't know. I'm believing that. God should have all this. Women. I think this would be a very logical reason for that joke. Maybe that was why God feel like I don't understand, because I don't understand why I've told Eve not to do something, and just a common snake, serpent, will tell her to do otherwise, and she will do otherwise. You can't fathom that, And then after doing it, after making herself to commit that terrible thing, he went to go and meet Adam and say, "Oh boy, come and shop." you know, Women are very powerful. In fact, let me not even go to that. The influence of women or men, you can't overemphasize it, really. All right? So if you have been trying to figure it in your head, what exactly do these people want? As funny as it sounds, it costs just very little. It takes very little to make a woman happy. And very little. I think you might be thinking, oh, it's so difficult. Nobody can understand it. Very little. That is why, most time when you look at these guys, this kind of men that you call playboys, those boys you call wrongs boys. I mean, is it wrong? But no, playboys, You just notice, look at them when you were in the university, those guys. They don't have money, they don't have anything. But all the girls are running after them because they understood what women want. So it is not about money. It's not about buying out the world. There are things that count, and somehow they don't cost much. And those are the things I'm going to be talking about tonight. I just hope you'll be able to find one or two things helpful on this point that I'm going to be giving you tonight. I remember one song, when I was young, my dad used to play that song, this Orlando Owo song about women. I can't remember very well about how, I can't remember, a king asked 3 children, Orire, Iwarere, and the 3 of them died, and there is Ete. Ete is like disrespect. And when they wanted to bury Orire, I think they buried Orire is like, good luck, buried at the palace, or maybe at the in the palace or something. But when they wanted to bury disrespect, they were looking for the right place to bury her. They couldn't find anywhere. And then they gathered all the women. I could remember that song. And they told them to sit together, and they buried her in their laps. So the song was saying that is why you notice that even the most powerful of all men, that's why you see, I'm delving into where I don't want to delve in. See, when men say they are powerful, a woman, as women, I call it power of influence. As a woman, if you know the power you carry, let's not go there, all right? So, in fact, it is still that power that will make the life of a man to be miserable if he's in love with someone and the person is not happy. If he's in love with a woman and the woman is not happy, his life will be miserable. So probably you're in that situation and you're thinking, okay, Dr. Tolu, tell me, what do I need to do to make her happy? What are the things that it takes to make a woman? If you say it doesn't cost much, yeah, I'm going to run through them and I'm going to tell them it doesn't cost much. Number one, just be yourself. Be yourself. Now, stop. You see, there's nothing that you could have a sad, dejected woman in your hand for the rest of your life if you get married to a woman through deceit. Everything about you, it is by the time she now got married, she starts seeing a different person. Just be yourself. A woman that found out, that everything you told her about yourself was not, men, open up about whom you are. You're going to be in that marriage for the rest of your life. Whatever secret you are keeping, whatever it is, tell her. If she want to be with you, she's going to be with you. I remember I used to have a client. Yeah, I have a client. Actually, they got married through me. I'm going to tell you this. My matchmaking clients. I don't know if I've ever said this on my show before, but there is room to say that tonight. All right? This guy cannot impregnate a woman. She can sustain erection, not so much anyway, but at least she can still sustain erection. She can make love to his wife, but she cannot. It's been confirmed medically. They've done everything and they've said he has taken everything. I don't know, but he just knew that he can't father a child. And he came to me, Dr. Tolu, this is my issue. And I was like, I don't know. Even for those that could father a child, I am not God that gives husband and wife. I just try my best. So I told him, who knows? You could find a woman who will love you for just whom you are. At least you could make love. It's just that you can't father the child. All right? So I am not the one that is going to test you to confirm, but I mean, from all the results he brought, he has done everything, he has gone everywhere, and it's been confirmed to him, he can't have a child. And he was already going to, I think about 55 then. All right? And I told him, okay, fine, let's see. And then I look at the ladies on my list. That's why I tell people, for every man there is a woman, and for every woman there is a man. And I noticed there's a lady who is already about 50 years old. When I asked her about kids, she told me, I don't know, Dr. Tolu, I don't know if I can do IVF, I don't know if I can have children, but I would rather go for adoption than all the stress of trying to make babies. And I told her, there's a guy who cannot even impregnate a woman. And she's like, fine, two, two gay for. But that was it. Now, imagine a lot of marriages are in that situation. Imagine a man, you cannot impregnate a woman. You got married to a woman. You got married to her. You cannot even sustain erection. You got married to a woman, pretending to be whom you are not. You are addicted to masturbation, to pornography. You got married to a woman. I mean, come on. If you are in, you don't want to be with the opposite sex. You see, go ahead. I got married to a woman. How do you expect that woman to be happy? This is number one thing. If you want a woman to be happy, be yourself. Don't try to be someone whom you are not. It will backfire. And you are going to be sad. She's going to be sad for the rest. No matter how hard you try to make her happy. Deceit and lie is a total turn off for women. When she finds out, she will despise you. And there is nothing you can do to impress her. So if you have your way with a woman, through this means she might never forgive you for the rest of your life, for the rest of her life. So come on, be yourself. Don't say my father is this, my father is the owner of MMA2, my father is the owner of Babish. Just be yourself. Let her just be with you because she want to be with you. That is why I tell young men that are always writing to me, Dr. Tolu, I don't know how to toast her, I don't know what to tell. Just be, because you are trying to be whom you are not. Be yourself. You know how money you have, just want a pair of trousers. Let her know. Funny enough, these guys ladies are running after. They don't even have all the money. They don't have all the clothes. But they know what women want. Be yourself. Women love it when you are genuine. When they see the realness in you, they will run after you. And that will make them to be happy. Be yourself. Don't pretend to be something else, all because you want to impress her. At the end of the day, it's going to backfire. You want to have a happy woman in your hand. Be yourself. Number two, reassure her. Now, most of the time, men will tell you, buy your clothes, buy her bag, buy her shoes, buy her the whole house, buy her cars. What is she looking for? Now, see, if you love a woman, or if you are with a woman, it is very, very important for you to let her know. I don't know what. Funny enough, I say this a lot of times, that it looks like it's not a man thing, okay? Men feel like, can't you see I love you? Am I not doing everything to let you know that I love you? But please reassure her. You are in the midst of your friend, you cannot talk about your wife. You are in the midst of your friend, you cannot talk about your woman, so that they would not think, oh, she's a woman rapper. Come on, reassure her. Be proud of her. When I say reassure her, be able to tell it to her, whether she's there or she's not there. Be able to tell it to her or to people that cares to listen. Reassure her. Tell her, baby, I love you. Those of you that are listening to me tonight, when was the last time? When you make calls, even couples, when they make call and they drop their call, they cannot even say, I love you. And you want the woman to be happy. How will she be happy? And those are the things that counts for women. I mean, we said that women are moved by what they hear. You cannot psych her. You cannot tell her, babe, you're beautiful, babe, I love you, babe, you are this. I remember, there's this common jokes, I think most of us knows it, about a meeting, a gathering where there are women, and where there are a lot of men, and then they ask them, and the man in charge, I think the teacher now asked them, when was the last time you told your wife, I love you? And everybody were like, I told her this morning now, last week or yesterday, yesterday at this morning, everybody this morning, yesterday. Okay, the man said, okay, all of you, pick up your phone and send I love you, text I love you to your wife. As soon as the text said I love you, he collected the phone and dropped it. After a few minutes, the messages, the response were dropping. So the man pick up the phone and tell someone to read. One of the women will say, hey, which day did that one start now? You know, the husband sent I love you, and she's like, which day did that one start? Another one said, you come and you sent me a wrong message. You think I'm your girlfriend. You come and meet me in this house. Another one said, wrong number. Another one said, I think you misread. What do you want again? You want sex this night? You know, those are the kind of questions that they were coming back because they are not used to it. You see couples, you tell them, you are talking on phone, you are dropping your phone with your wife. You cannot even say, babe, I love you. No. In fact, some of them will say, I cannot even call her sweet name. I didn't see my father or my mother calling themselves sweet name. Her name is my wife, Mama Jide. Don't mind me. Come on, tell her, call her something nice, something beautiful, reassure her. Tell her you care about her. Let her know you understand. Let her understand that you truly care. Reassure her. Always reassure. Women need not just assurance. Women need reassurance. Constant reassurance. You know, after some time, in fact, in marriage, women tend to lose, what do I call it? Self-esteem. No, not really self-esteem, but women tend to lose the pride, you know, to lose, let me call it self-esteem, okay? But that is actually not really, you know, fatness, growing, aging, and all that. Every time you still see her, you still need to reassure her, I still love you. You are still beautiful. I love the way you look. She will go to salon from morning till night. She will come back, you know, with braid, and she'll be flaunting the hair. You are not even seeing. You're not looking at it. If you want a woman to be in love with you, to be happy when she does all these things, that is why all these bad boys, that's the things they know how to do. Oh, babe, your hair. That's why when your babe put beautiful picture in new, and then she said, you know, no thanks to social media, she just put, oh, new hair alert, you know, she put it on her social media, new hair alert, and she put it there. When she got home and she's flaunting the hair for you, you didn't even notice. And then the guys, you know, the ox on social media, like, oh babe, I love your hair is so beautiful, and she'll be blushing. The husband cannot tell her. The man cannot tell her. You cannot reassure her. You need to learn to do that. Those things make her blush. Those things make her feel happy. Those things make her, you know, feel like a lady. You need to learn how to do it. Number 3, be a good listener. Now, you see, this, when I'm talking about listening, do not listen to a woman's problem. Listen to her feelings. Men understand how to listen to your woman's feelings. In fact, most of the time, even if you don't want to listen, pretend as it, because women always want good listeners. In fact, one of the reasons why your baby is sleeping away, why sleeping out of your hands, is because there is a man somewhere who is always giving her listening ears. You know, when she has something that is bothering her mind, she needed to talk to someone. There's somebody that's like, babe, what is it? Talk to me. Even if it's, you know, just to listen. Listen. Be a good listener, all right? In fact, it doesn't mean that she has not been thinking of how to find solution to a problem. She just wants you to listen and share in her fears and worries. Oftentimes, you know, when you are telling, you see, let me tell you this. Men, the way men are wired, men want to like, tell me your problem. Let me fix it. You know, so forget the details, how it happened, you know, what is the problem? Problem, solution. The man doesn't want all the things in between. But for a woman, it is those things in between that counts. The feelings. Hey, yeah, I know you're like, it's like, oh, hey, my car is bad, and this I suffered today. I did this, all the thing I did, and the next thing the man is saying, where's the car now? Where's the car? Oh, in the mechanic. Okay, I'll call Kingsley tomorrow to go and fix it. That is not what she wants. She wants you to say, oh, I'll manage. Where did it happen? How did you cope? How did you get home? Oh my gosh. Oh, you must have been so tired. That's all. She doesn't, she might have even fixed the car. She must even figured out, must have even called Kingsley. Those are the things that make a woman happy, make her elated, make her feel on top of the world. It doesn't cost much. It might not even, it doesn't, now compare, in your case, your own might be, you maybe to fix the problem with that car is 100K. So your own is, I need 100K. That's the next thing you heard as a man. But for a man that understands how to make a woman happy, is thinking about, oh babe, how are you feeling? Do you need a massage? How did it happen? So how did you cope? You know? So the woman is not even thinking about the 100K. She's solving the 100K problem by herself. So most of the time you think it's about money. It's not about the money. The playboys don't have the money. He doesn't have the money to give to her. But he gives all the attention, all the this, and the lady is bringing out the money from her pocket. You don't understand. Be a good listener. Share in our fears and in our worries. Listen to our feelings, not just the problem. Okay? It is not always about fixing things. It's about the feelings. Number 4, remember women can feel differently about sex. Okay? You know that Dr. Tolu is a sex therapist and I can talk about sex from now till tomorrow. This is a very powerful topic. Now, men need to understand that it takes a longer period of time for women to get aroused compared to men. You know, so when it comes to sex, take it easy with her. All right? Take it easy. Remember that she feels differently about sex. In fact, this one, I cannot even overemphasize it. Because a woman who is always making love for you will never be happy. Just understand that she feels differently. Show a kind of concern. Show some like care. Let it not be like lovemaking is always about you. Let it be about her as well. If you want her to be happy, it is not just always about lie down, come. For what? She want to be happy. If you want her to be happy, understand that she feels differently. I know you have an erection and you know you want to quickly jump. You don't have time for all the paparazzi. But the paparazzi is what is working for her. And you are not doing it, she's not going to be happy. Understand. If you have that understanding at the back of your head, your woman is going to be happy. You are taking your time to take her there. She's going to be happy. Number 5, admire her beauty. Is very close to what I talked about before. Reassure her. And when you are doing this, when you're admiring her beauty, try to be truthful about it, all right? Now, you see, it's very reassurance when it comes to look is very, very important to women. And it's a very serious factor in making a woman happy. All right? You need to let her know, babe, you are beautiful. I like your hair. She's telling you, babe, do you even like my clothes? Do you like what? She said, just let's go. That kind of a woman, she's sad already. You've taken her joy away. But even if she's not looking good, you're like, oh, babe, maybe you can just adjust the hand of that top, or maybe you can wear that black this thing, you know. She knows you are showing concern. She knows you are interested in her. Admire her beauty. You know, look at her. Take your time. You know, just look at your babe and say, now me, only me. Now me get this. You know, see, now me, God give this. You know, when you say that, a woman, you know, her head just be swollen. You know, just like look at her, see my babe. You know, see my babe. You know, admire her beauty. If she's looking beautiful, try and let her know. Tell her. If there are things you admire in women outside, men, you see, I tell women a lot of time. You see, this one is very funny. Women, you see, those things that men don't want you to do, most of the time, because they are visual beings, when it looks good, when it looks beautiful, when it looks sexy, they are going to admire it. Even though they don't want you to do it, they're still going to admire it. You see? So, those things that they are telling you, babe, don't do it, babe, I don't like it, forget it. Forget it. When they go outside, because they are visual beings, whether they like it or not, when it's sexy, there is a way it makes them feel. They're going to look at it. So don't mind them. So the point is, if there is something you see that you like outside, the weave on, the braid, the top, the dress, the shoe, buy it and give it to her. In fact, it will make her know that you are showing concern and she'll feel very happy. Little things that counts. Number 6, provide her with emotional security. You see, I don't know. You see, this emotional security is very, very technical. But this is the major thing that women want if you want her to be happy. Appeal to her emotion. Appeal to her emotion. Flow. You see, when it comes to fulfilling human being, to fulfilling our emotional needs, we need to get it from someone. We need the opposite sex to provide it for us. And it matters so much for women. Connect to, where where she gets weak, where she gets weak, where she says, oh, babe, I love you, how you doing, connect to her emotion. Connect with her, not just physically, not just when you want to have sex. You see, when you are connected to a woman emotionally, when it comes to love making, before look, men looking at you, she's getting wet. As difficult as it is for women to get wet, if you understand how to connect to her emotion, you connect to her emotion. When you want to make love, you don't even need to do too much foreplay. Looking at you, she's wet already. Connect to her emotion and she's going to be happy. Number 7, I want to conclude this actually. Wow. Okay, I will stop at number 7 so I can take your comments. Do not rebuke her openly. Do not rebuke her openly. Now, you want a woman to be happy. She has done something wrong. Please, take it home. When you get home, you could talk about it. Do not rebuke. It kills a woman. She has gone to the market. She has done everything to make soup for you. And then the first thing, as soon as you put the first spoon in your mouth, like, why is the salt like this? In the presence of everybody. Maybe your family, everybody, your friends were there. Like, why is the salt? At least there's nothing that kills a woman more than that. Nobody is saying you shouldn't complain, but this woman has put so much. I remember the story of a burnt biscuit. And there was a woman, that she baked biscuits, and she made the biscuit because she was doing so much, taking care of the house, putting the clothes in the washing machine, doing the dishes, preparing so many things. Doing so much at the same time. The biscuits she kept in the oven got burnt. And when it's time for dinner, and that biscuit was actually made for her husband. So, and for the family. So when it's time for dinner, she served the biscuit, and all the kids were like, no, I can't eat this. No, mommy, this thing is burnt. But the husband kept eating. And one of the sons like, Dad, why are you eating the burnt biscuit? The father said, it's sweet. And they were like, Dad, how could you say that? And the man looked at the son and said, you don't know the effort your mother has put to make these things, to make this biscuit. And I know she wouldn't want it to be burnt. And that is why I have to eat it. That is the story of the burnt biscuit. But most men, you kill your woman's spirit. She will never be happy. Maybe she's elated, human and doing all that when she's trying to make the food, making the food for you, stressing, sweating, and still making it. And then she put it, after all that, and she put it on the table. And the first thing you are going to taste, and you say, this thing doesn't have Maggi. Fine. If it doesn't have Maggi, come on, just eat. Even if it's something pepper or sauce, something you could add, you could say, just keep eating, take 2, 3 and tell someone, can you get me small salt? It's better than for you to say, this food, the pepper not too much, the salt not too much, And you are saying it, you are not just saying that. You are saying it in the presence of everybody. You are killing her spirit. All the all the happy, this thing, she just come down. And imagine if these things keep happening. After some time, she become a sad person. You want a happy woman, reassure her, appreciate her, and do not rebuke her openly. Even if she has done something wrong. You see, there is something about having somebody being in love, especially when it comes to marriage. It means that if the whole world is standing here, the whole world is standing here, your woman is standing alone, you will leave the whole world and be on our side. That is what a woman wants. Do not rebuke her openly. Even what she has done is wrong. I remember I was telling one of my clients that, marriage, because she was like, Dr. Tolu, I is married, And I told her, marriage is beautiful. It comes with its own challenges. And sometimes it could get boring. When it gets boring, you spice it up. You look for how to spice. There are a lot of things you could do to spice it up. One of these I'm going to be talking about to spice up a boring marriage, okay? Because I know a lot of people need it. It could get boring, 10, 15, 20, 30 years with one person. It could get boring, but you look for a way to spice it up, all right? And then you look at things that Anyway, let me even not go to that side, but you look for a way to spice it up. But considering the ups and downs, the challenges that comes with marriage, if you look at the fact that even if the whole world is against you, there's just one man. There is one man that will always say, I'm with my wife. There's nothing that makes a woman happy more than that. Everybody is saying, Tolu is saucy, Tolu doesn't talk to people, Tolu doesn't do this. And Tolu's husband is saying, I just love my wife. She's the best. It doesn't mean she is not seeing my flaws, but he just loved me for me. There is nothing as beautiful as knowing that somebody got your back, even if the whole world is against you. Do not rebuke her openly. In the presence of your neighbors or your colleagues, don't do it. Even if you are going to do it truthfully when you are alone. She will appreciate it and she will feel so happy. I remember a lady that wrote to me and said, Dr. Tolu, help me. She's so sad, she's so dejected, help me. Every time they stay in a yard, in a yard where they have, face me, face you, and they fight. And every time they are fighting, when the husband comes, the husband will be talking to her, why did you do it in the presence of all the... So everybody in the neighborhood, in their compound, will now be looking and you see her, Imagine, tell me how that kind of a woman will be happy. But if it's someone that when the husband comes, they know that if the husband comes out, you don't know the husband, he will always support. There's nothing that makes a woman to be as happy as that. All right? I can't take much. I actually have 14 points. I've given you 7. I was thinking finish this tonight. But sorry, let me take your calls because I know you want to say something. You have questions you want to ask me, and you have comments you want to make about this topic, how to make a woman happy. And then I'm going to be picking your calls after this timer. All right?